Hey, lady. So I wanted to have a conversation with you today about your expectations of your husband, your expectations for him to read your mind, to know what you want, and to deliver on it. Let's dive into that conversation now. Thought about it, and then I thought, you know what? I think I would enjoy wearing this dress to a particular restaurant, and I think I would also enjoy this particular activity. And I just built out what this would look like in my head. And then I had this thought, I wish he would do this for me. I wish he would think about oh, let me get her a beautiful dress and give it to her as a gift. And here, please wear this dress on a nice date with me. And I've set up this wonderful restaurant. And all of these thoughts are going through my head about how amazing it would be if only he would ever be this creative, if only he would think of these things and do exactly my heart's content for me, right? I want him to love me and cherish me, to give me gifts in this way. Except my husband, one, probably never even went through this store, so how's he ever going to see this? Doesn't even think about these type of things. And so my expectation of him is out of the ballpark for where he's thinking in his mind. So one, I've got two options here, but one, I could sit here and I could just dwell on it and I could be wishing that he would someday turn around after all these years of knowing me and do exactly what I want him to do. That this would just pop into his head, that he should be trained by now, right? And be capable of giving me what I want. Or two, here's my other option, right? I could just tell him what I would like. I could present it as an option, and then he has the choice. He has everything outlined, exactly what I like, what I want, how I want it, right? And then he can decide if he wants to handle that or not handle it. And then at that point, then I get to have a whole nother decision if he doesn't do it. So I worked on it and I thought about what serves me better. Does waiting around for him to magically one day have these ideas when his brain just doesn't work like that? It's nothing against him, but he just doesn't see things the certain way that I see things. And that's okay. Can I just be accepting of that and who he is? And then also say, you know what? I know exactly what I want. What would make me happy? I can put it out there. He can always have the choice to modify it a little bit, right? But let's lay it out there and give him an option, and then he can choose, does he want to have a date night? And if so, does he like this plan? And if so, and just let him keep making these options from choices that are out there, because that is how his mind likes to work. He likes to see the available choices and just work with that. I like to have an open, clean palette, and I create all the options. So why shouldn't I? And then it's exactly like I want. I get to roll through the next few days, knowing this date is coming up, knowing I have the ideal attire, I have the location, I have everything planned, and now we can roll through this without having the stress of having to fight over what are we going to do and how are we going to spend our time. Do you see the difference? I can't tell you how long this has taken for me to get to here. I have held on to my thoughts that he should be able to read my mind, that it's illogical that after all this time that we have been together, he just doesn't know where I'm at and what I want. And I have wrestled with that and I have gotten really upset about that. But now I have come to a place where I work on my mind about it and I realize in my thoughts, I'm okay, are those thoughts serving me at all? And I have years of evidence to prove that no, they do not. Well, what if I just changed my thoughts? What if I just created a plan and it was exactly how I wanted it and I just gave it to him and he got to choose yes or no? And then I can be at peace and I don't think anything negative of him. Instead, now I'm thinking, yay, he followed the plan, right? So now I'm bringing more positivity into the night and I get to share that with him and I get to thank him for executing. After all, it still was his money spent, right? But it was spent on something that was my heart's desire. So it's really interesting how I have changed this thought, brought myself so much more peace because I'm not fighting against the way that he's hardwired. I'm not fighting against like us having two different mindsets about things, right? And he's not getting hurt feelings. I'm not getting hurt feelings. Instead, we're just having an enjoyable, wonderful time together. All because I was willing just to openly express my thoughts up front and to see that me having unrealistic expectations of him, that me trying to impose what I wanted on him in that way, like read my mind, just know what I want, was unrealistic. It wasn't fair in our relationship to put that on him. And so when I could release that, I have so much more peace. I have so much more joy and delight. I mean, you can just see, right? I hope you can see the happiness in me as I'm looking forward to this and as I'm early ahead of time enjoying my new gypsy dress. So take what you will from that. But I just thought it was really interesting how much I've put myself in pain, how much I have suffered throughout the years because I couldn't get to this understanding. So I hope that you potentially can a little bit sooner than I could, and that you can bring yourself some peace in understanding how your husband is hardwired and how you can better communicate your needs and your desires and wants to him so that he can better fulfill it. Because he just needs that action plan. He just needs to understand it. They can't read our mind. All right, blessings to you. I hope you have an amazing day.